Okay, we're live. Sorry I didn't really do my hair today. I was a little lazy. What can I say? YouTube music. I need you. Let's listen to Yandere Simulator. This is the most aggressive song in my playlist, so playing it first when no one's here is ideal. Alright. We have Tuesday deck reviews to do and stuff, but while people join, we can do some daily games and whatever. So let's get it. Hello, Astrogleam. Wrath of God, huh? Hello, everyone. F-L-Y-I-N-G. Whenever this C-R-E-A-T-U... Nope. Flying. This is interesting here. It has a saddle or crew cost. This is an artifact vehicle. Don't get tripped up. This is not a creature. A-R-T-I-F-A-C-T vehicle. And this is crew 1 or crew whatever. Whenever this vehicle attacks, up... No. So it's a vehicle. With flying. This is my most aggressive song in my playlist, I think. Well, this is just liked music. Liked music is like automatically a little bit more tame than my other playlist just because it's the one I use on stream. So when I say this is my most aggressive song, this is my most aggressive song in my like playlist that I play on stream. This song's awesome. This album just got a remaster with like 6 bonus tracks on it. It's really good. RWXC is really good noise rock. If or I'm not sure. There's a lot of fucking commas here. Your skin as a mask and hide your bones underground. When you try to resist, can't get enough of the sound. When you try to exist. Whenever this vehicle attacks, if I would expect a U if that's if. I'm looking for the words like you may. That can really help narrow it down. It's a vehicle with flying. Maybe this is enters. E-N-T-E-R-S. No, so this is attacks. Oh, it could be menace. True, it could be menace. No, it's not demonic junker then, because this is not enters, and there's not a mention of counters. This would enter with counters if it was demonic junker. Oh, there's like a lot of shitty vehicles with menace, and that becomes a lot harder to answer. Okay, it's not. Okay, that gave us two things here. So it's flying. BATTLEFIELD, tapped. Battlefield tapped. It's a aerial surveyor. Is that how you spell surveyor? ORER. 55 collective dreams. Okay, there you go. It's this one from Neon Dynasty. When it attacks, if defending player controls more lanes than you, search for a basic planes and then put it on the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Yeah. Quizzes? When did this come here? Ew, they have like BuzzFeed personality quizzes now. That's so funny. I love presenting Spellify and Spellify hard mode as two separate fucking games just to buffer this out. I've been wanting to do the crossword recently, but like low-key half of the quizzes are like the artist that did this card. And it's like, cool, man. And then the other one, so like I'm like, I don't know the artist's last name, so I'm gonna do the vertical. And this one's like the artist who did this one, and then this one's the artist who did this one. And it's just like, fuck off. I don't want to do all that. I don't know people, I know magic cards. Oh, Kate's art. Yeah, I'm known for it. One of my many features. Do we have anyone here who has a deck review so we can just get started with? Sorry, my hair's still drying after the shower. Here, but don't have to go first. Well, you're gonna go first. A blank. A blank. I do for a friend. I got one. Okay, great. Well, if none of you need to go first, a blank's gonna go first. So, what do I get from DoorDash? Because I got a coupon. What would I get right now? Probably like some udon. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking random buttons. All right, behold, Chandra Chill of Compliance. This card name sucks so bad. Chandra, that's a good one. That one's really funny. Okay, here's my hot take. Here's my opinion. Every character should have gotten gender swapped in Reality Fracture, and there should just be no explanation for it. They should have just done that. Every character should have gotten like gender reverse as well. As color reverse, and then you just don't explain it at all. Dude, a Johnny with like the big naturals like Kemba. Let's get Kemba on the screen. They nerfed her boobs. They nerfed her boobs. Chat, I'm so mad about this. She had them on, dog. What are we doing? Oops, I accidentally closed that one. Nice. SC slash, exactly. Dog, it's bad. Oh, this is the wrong one. I don't know what WotC has against tits, man, but it's dire over there. It's dire, dog. They put clothes all over her. I need female Yawgmoth. You need a therapist, is what you need. Okay, so getting on with my job, which is reviewing decks. All right. My idea is to get cute with stun counters and play a controlling politicking in the early mid game, assuming value is then, and then make a push late game with clone / copied creatures. I'm not feeling about the card category ratios. Felt as scattered / unfocused during development. No restrictions other keeping Lulu as the commander. Shooting for bracket 3, but also game for 2 or 4. I want to show off how commander can be used as a utility piece in a blue deck. Balances control value creatures as win con. Whenever an opponent attacks you, choose a creature attacking you. Put a stun counter on that creature. That's a little mid, but it's workable. That's pretty cool. Good target creature. Right now I'm a little concerned about your mana. Yeah, I'm happy to see Omen Hawker. Happy to see Training Grounds. Man, I would really love to see like some big mana artifacts a little bit. Like I'm always game for like an Astral Cornucopia when my commander says proliferate somewhere on it. And when you get Astral Cornucopia, you just absolutely need to add Teleria West. Teleria West can tutor for Astral Cornucopia. Astral Cornucopia after Soul Ring is probably your best mana artifact. Honestly, I think I like it less than Gilded Lotus even. Gilded Lotus has its uses, to be clear, but... Are we going to see Teleria East? Dude, I hope so. That'd be cool as fuck. What would Teleria East do? Trying to think of like another blue mechanic that would work on a land. That's kind of fun. Oop, is he frozen? I'm not frozen on my side. Yeah, I'm moving on my screen. I like Tameo. That's fun. I think maybe instead of Tameo, we should be rocking Hilda's Crown o' Winter. Tap a creature, cost 1 less to activate during your turn, and then you can pay 3, sack it to draw a card for each tap creature all of your opponents control, and then it's an artifact you can recur with something like a... I mean, with all this tapping, I'm not really concerned about getting my creatures through. Same thing with Access Tunnel. And then we could, instead of those, run Buried Ruin. And Academy Ruins. And all of a sudden, we're now looping this very strong artifact while tapping all of your creatures forever. I wish Red had more of these cards. Cards that said specifically you. Because I really want Kazul to be better. Kazul's a really funny card. And I don't like him as a Goad deck since Goad shoves the creatures other directions. Target creature control. Each other creature other than the chosen creature becomes a copy of it. Okay, well, we can just do you next. Until around 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I see. I might be streaming that long. I mean, I almost assuredly am. I think Eastern's 2 hours ahead of me, so you'll be fine, I think. Okay, these are very fun cards, though. I'm a little concerned about Pursued Whale here. Just seems very expensive. Did you have a good weekend? Yeah, absolutely. I had a very good time in Tacoma for that convention. Okay, I don't know if I like the echo casting bullshit. It's just like, what am I copying? It's like, it's a lot of mana. It's a fun card, but it's so much mana. I like Right because it ends the game. I like Clone Legion because it ends the game. This is a cool fucking card. Wow. This card's really interesting. I might have to put that in my 2 at a giant cube. Oh, God, I'm so mad at myself because literally you have Court of Vantress here, and I literally just cannot stop thinking about Shadow of the Second Sun. Do people ever ask you to sign cards? Yeah, all the time. Most of the time they ask me to sign like Brazella and stuff, so I'll sign like Gisela Burnett and then the backside. Yeah, so I'm putting Shadow of the Second Sun in. This is something I do for every single deck, but you're already running Court of Vantress, which copies enchantments. The joke with Shadow of the Second Sun is we're an activated ability deck. Hello, activated ability. Nice to meet you. This will draw you a card on your end step. It will untap all your lands and all your creatures on your end step. And then it gives you an additional upkeep, which if you have the Monarchy and Court of Vantress, can copy Shadow of the Second Sun. And then you do this twice, and then you do it 4 times, and then you do it 8 times. You probably want to stop before 8 times because you might deck yourself. But the joke is that this is overwhelming value, but also it's synergistic with your 4 mana Proliferate on your Magic the Gathering card, right? Your activated abilities love Shadow of the Second Sun. I at this point, Shadow of the Second Sun might be alongside Felia, Sand Scout, Muddle the Mixture as like cards I always put in decks. It's just a very consistent way to generate mana in blue that sometimes it struggles to do. It's very Wilderness Reclamation, as it turns out, is really good, especially when it draws you a card and gives you bonus upkeeps. Very fun commander card, very splashy, very silly. Okay, I'm liking the Fabled Passage. Okay. What's the last thing I maybe want to add here? Maybe something else that like keys off of all of your opponent's creatures being tapped. There's like that one guy that grows for it, right? Let's do maybe Right now I'm looking for cards that scale for the number of counters on creatures. It feels like something that could exist. It looks like not. We could do Dreamtide Whale, Thrumming Bird. If that's not in already. Thrumming Board. Yeah, Thrumming Bird should be in. How creature heavy are we? Relatively. I don't know if we're doing that then, but there's plenty of other good engines for proliferation that we could be running. Honestly, I do like Guild Pact Informant quite a bit. Ripples is interesting. Serum Snare is pretty decent, but it's not like that good. Plus, having Proliferate in the commander means we need less of it in the deck, so I'm not really concerned about creatures attacking us since we are a goad and stun deck, so maybe Silent Arbiter. In fact, Silent Arbiter can sometimes just fucking hurt you. Because you go like, all creatures you control attack this combat available, and it's like, okay, you only swing with one because Silent Arbiter is in play. That seems like a little bit of a non-bow. Remember when people said Inexorable Tide was a good card? It is! It is a good card. It depends on the deck, but it is perfectly fine. That's coming from someone who generally hates 5-mana do-nothing enchantments, but I was running it in Tekkathol in my mono blue Proliferate deck. And it did work. It was good. It was actively good in this deck. Two stun counters on it. Holy fuck. Right, replication. I know, how you doing? I'm doing well. I also want to kind of get a ever-flowing chalice in here. It's the same kind of vibe. I mean, honestly, you could also do the engine as well, the 4-mana one, empowered auto generator, but empowered auto generator is a touch awkward. We cut propaganda here real quick. Once again, we're just a goad stun counter deck. I'm really not worried about people attacking us. I think Loki's a little too slow. Even though it is funny. One more cup. Sir Beastbinder is not bad. It just feels a little out of the field, I guess. Alright, let's play test. Draw. Island tapped. Next turn. Island. Next turn. Island. Lulu. Lulu's like way better than propaganda. One, two, three, Hilda's Clown of Winter, and then tap something on your upkeep. Next turn. Dink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or oh, only 4 mana. Cool. Stolen identity your thing, tap your thing. Okay, this is pretty annoying. I like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Donatello. See, this is where like Shadow of the Second Sun would be really good. You go Shadow of the Second Sun this turn. Next turn you go Donatello. And then you untap on your end step. And then you proliferate the stun counters. And then you maintain those stun counters, right? When a deck is punching too hard for its bracket, do you prefer moving it up a bracket or slowing it down? It depends. It depends. Kurai moved up. Judith I slowed down. Like there's a lot of methods to making things work. Yeah, Tide you need to immediately pop off with or something, but that isn't hard to do in an Astral Cornucopia kind of deck. Okay, I'm literally vibing with like every other card that's in this deck. So it's like Mjolnir. This is totally fine. Yeah, like these are all fine. It's like maybe like Misleading Signpost that's like kind of a little awkward for me. So I'm just trying to think of better ways to get some mana acceleration going on, because it does feel like your mana is like kind of slow for such an expensive greedy deck. I mean, to be fair, this deck is very slow just by nature. That's part of the funny like tap down strategy. So I'm not too mad about going slow, because at the end of the day we are tapping all their creatures forever. High Tide? No. That's not the... No. We're very... I want permanent mana advantage, not one turn of burst mana. Infinite Guideline Station. Yeah, no, absolutely. I should add that 5-color deck to my the elevator. Oh, Eternity Elevator. Eternity Elevator is not a joke. It's actually a really good card. But in this deck, it's not. Cage Sun. No, we have too many colorless lands. If we like low key, I'm not mad about Cage Sun though, which is what's pissing me off. Low key, I'm kind of vibing with the Cage Sun idea. Extra planar snow islands. Yeah, we just don't have it. We have 19 fucking islands, chat. We need to like consolidate if we're doing that. Which we could do. We could go snow islands extra planar, but Manifold Key, it's okay. Apprentice Wizard is cute. I like that guy. If he was like 2 mana, but he's 3 sadly. Forsaken Monument. You're getting way too cute, dog. Crystalline Crawler, I like the idea there, but we are a mono blue deck through and through. It's kind of hard to make other colors of mana to get the more. Poo Poo UFO. I could be convinced of Poo Poo's power. That Turbo Greed no interaction player was asking advice for, and she kind of rage quit the pod because of it. Dog, there's just nothing you can do. They're just not meant to play together. It's fun. It's just... I don't know. You can't herd cats, dude. You can't... It's... People be people, and they like to play like weird in a way that you don't like, then you can't play with them. It's just the way things go. That's just the truth of the fact of the matter. Ooh, Malcolm could be fun. This hand low-key just sucks so bad. This hand also kind of reeks. Literally, I'm just not impressed with any of these opening hands. I think our early game's just a little bad, or I'm just not seeing it. We have a Reanimator combo pod and a big value pile Cascade player, and I convince the pod that we need Vaccine Baubles, Bazooka Bogs. Yeah, no, that's actually what my next video is about. I'm talking a lot about some hate pieces that I really enjoy that seem to catch a lot of things that people find annoying. Vaccine Baubles on that list, Soulless Jailer's on that list. There's a lot of interaction advice in the new upcoming video. Okay, Project Purity is a little weird. What if we just get like Sapphire Medallion in here? I'd keep this hand. This is the first hand where I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Island. Island. Thrumming Bird. Blue Enigma Jewel. Pass. Fairy Mastermind. Draw a card. Hooray. Next turn. Island. 1, 2, 3. Lulu. Hit. Hit. Pass. Next turn. Each player draws a card. Oh, I wouldn't do it twice, I guess. Okay, hang on. I have a thought. I want to like the bounce lands, but we just don't have any way to untap them. I think instead what we should be doing is... what's the name of the tower? Is Marvel Superheroes not the name of the set? What is it called? MIC. That's the Commander set. I see. MSH. Baxter Building. And then you do Cascading Cataracts. So we have, think about this. We have Enigma Jewel. We have Omenhawker. We have Pit Automaton. All of these say we add mana, but we can only use them on abilities. Cascading Cataracts and Baxter Building have abilities, but you can filter the mana into these abilities to turn it into real mana you can use on anything. This will turn Omenhawker into Soul Ring. This will turn Enigma Jewel into Soul Ring. This will turn Pit Automaton into War Power Stone. These two lands, which is a little interesting to me. We can also maybe drop something like a MV equals 0. Oh wait, type land. Oh, choose set LCI. So this is Sunken Citadel. Sunken Citadel taps for 2 mana. Activate only land sources with this mana. But we have Abstergo Entertainment. We have Academy Ruins. We have Agna Koala. We have Baxter Building and Cascading Cataracts now. We have Buried Ruin. We have Castle Vantress. We have, not Diamond City, Karn's Bastion. Right, Nykthos works. So this is actually basically a soul land in this deck. We have so many activated land abilities that are so nice. Bender's Water Skin is nice. It's not called Waterbender's Skin, Elmo the Red in YouTube chat. That would be a very different card. Waterbender's Skin. No, it is Bender's Water Skin. Waterbender's Skin is like if Zhao won. That's the card we would get. Okay, I'd keep this hand. We have a nice 2-drop, and we have our Astral Cornucopia. So these are Alluring Siren. This turn I would Astral Cornucopia. This turn I would go probably just Shiva. So stun all your opponent's creatures, make something fight you, block it. Abstergo. 1, 2, 3. Here's Lulu. Pass. Flood Pits. And then Offer You Can't Refuse. Okay. Next turn. Untap. Draw a card for each tap creature your opponent's control. We at least have tapped 1, 2. So it would be 2, 3 because we forced something to attack. 4. And then maybe 5. So we draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Intriguing. Let's make our land drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everflowing Chalice with 2 counters. It is very tempting to cast more spells here, but honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Proliferate. Dink, dink. And then just great. All right, next turn. And now we have a billion mana to do whatever we want with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap your creature, put a stun counter on it. Cast my Saga, which taps your creature and puts a stun counter on it. And then I get to gain control of 1 artifact. Cool. And then you get to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Proliferate all the stun counters. Proliferate all the mana. Right? And then force something to attack you, block it. Next turn. Tap out to 2 creatures, put stun counters on them. At this point, everything's just perma-stun. Because 1, 2, 4, 5. So, proliferate twice. Welcome to hell. Draw a card for each tap creature target opponent controls. There's like 4 tapped creatures over there. Gonna run out of creatures with Fear of Sleep. Yeah, like literally, yeah, no. It's every creature's turbo stunned. If anything, do we want to run Forbidden Orchard? Give opponent's creatures 2 tap to then trigger all of your, for each tapped creature, your opponent's control stuff? I don't think that's that bad of an idea. You could proliferate the Saga if you also want to speed it up. I did. I did do that. So, yeah, great. A Crow and Horse. I think a Crow and Horse is cooking too much, but that is really funny. Is Meekstone good? Meekstone's not bad. We need to understand that the main synergy of this deck is stun counters. We're trying to build like a stun counter deck. So at the end of the day, Meekstone, it's not really meshing with the deck all that well, is it? It's keeping things tapped. It's working with that half of the deck. But it's not working with the proliferate half of the deck, which is what has me a little worried. But it would be a good card. All right, do we have any other thoughts about this one, chat? Like, what's our thoughts here? Cycling's done. Stall out. I like this card a little bit, even though it's a sorcery. 3 is just so many. Philosophically, is it too mean for bracket 2? No, not really. Hey, newsflash, guys. Fucking lightning bolt this lady. And then the proliferation stops. And then you can make your creatures go through. I have a question regarding the trading card compound. How many basics do you think you need to run in a Gruul deck before... How many basics do you think you would need to run in a Gruul deck for it to be a land worth running? I'm really confused. Oh, the training con... I have no idea. What's like a training compound? $10? Maybe 8. Depends how many fetches you have, because think about it. Fetches are basic lands. It depends, is the answer. Sorry. I can't give you a more interesting answer than that. It depends. Basics, ramp. Like, if you sack a Secure Tribe Elder, you have a basic. Like, all those ramp spells are basics for that land. Like, it's a lot. You have a lot of basics. A lot of access to basics. This is the same way I feel about Forests and Arbor Elf. It's really just a number that's entirely vibes. Because, like, Here I run 11 forests for my Arbor Elf. Okay, but that doesn't count, like, how often does Aftermath Analyst mill a forest? How often does, I thought I still ran Secure Tribe Elder, but I guess I don't. Seder Wayfinder, how often does this mill into a land? That's a forest. Traverse Evenwald, Analyze the Ball, and these are both forests that are basic, as well. And then I have a bunch of dual forests. And then I also have a fetch land, right, that can get a forest. Like, so I only have 11 forests, which might seem low for Utopia Sprawl Arbor Elf, but the number of forests is dubiously high. Anyway, I think this deck's about good to go. Thank you for getting a deck review. I always like looking at blue, proliferate, touch your cards kind of decks. All right, do we have Star here with us? Yeah, chat was really helpful during that one. Can I go next? Absolutely, unrecursive. My fault. Sorry, Star. You'll be in one moment. What's the name you sent it under, unrecursive? Are you Ruth Nova or Memir Geist? Because those are the other ones I have up right now. Good question. Bois is not you. Memir Geist. Okay, good. That works. Unreclusive. Aha! But the creator, Memir Geist, will not be there. I see. Sending you my friend's deck who wanted it reviewed. Okay, from original creator. Bella was my first real attempt at putting a deck together. Using the starting grounds and whatever. Hang on, wait. Let's link this first. Dink. Dink. Alright. Bella's my first real attempt at putting a deck together, using the starting grounds of his precon to develop him into what I want, my most powerful deck out of the bunch. I joined around the time Lorwyn Eclipsed, and his precon immediately caught my eyes when I first saw it. He's gone through many different revisions, and ultimately I've landed on the current deck list I have now. The goal is to bring him out relatively early, attach some sort of protection to him, and swing out. It has a few different ways to untap what it attacks with, as well as different synergies about certain enchantments. No limits on cards, really. It's up to you what you wish to add. No more than $300. Hang on. A couple $100 on top of what's already there won't be too bad. Maybe no more than $300. Okay, so no more than $300 of additions. Yeah, no, I never really add like turbo budget to a deck. I think the most I've ever added is like maybe 200, but that was like a budgetless deck or whatever. Most games I play with Bello either end and be steamrolling someone or the other way around, and there's usually no in between. From what I played, the deck ramps extremely quickly, but struggles with card draw and creating consistent damage from swinging artifacts and enchantments in order to get that card draw I desire. I wish for him to try and become more consistent. Kills the player around turn 6, but okay, I see. So, yeah, Bello is a demon. The fact that these have, draw a card on the things, they become 4/4s. 4/4s is a magical number. That means Garrick's Uprising works. I would really like to see more Cascade slop in this deck. If a source you control deal damage, that is triple, sure. Unnatural growth makes sense, but it is very mana intensive. We have 36 lands. That doesn't feel correct. Wow. There's a lot of these cards with so many new printings and none of them are normal. That's awesome. I can dig Nature's Will. Okay, so Toski. If anything, I want more trample enablement. Choose a creature type. What are we doing with Roaming Throne? What's happening here? The printings save money. I'm not changing the printings for real. I'm not recommending you change your printings. This is for visual clarity on my part. I recognize these cards based on art. Having sandy cheeks is confusing to me. Can we just put Chamil in? Chamil is very good. I like Fanatic of Ronos. I like Hajar. Ah, you name elementals and you get double triggers. Okay, so let's analyze. So they all become elementals. Then they get indestructible haste. Whenever you'll draw 2 cards when they connect. What do they do though? Like, what are the triggers? Guess Guardian Project. Unnatural growth would trigger twice. Okay, I can buy it. I can understand why. Ashiya's fun anti-cyclonic rift tech. Hates Sisei's ring. I really do not like that card in here. The Thrain Dynamo. Navinaral's disc is hilarious. Good job. But why? Why are we spending a card on this? I don't understand the Vitalize here. Vitalize lets you untap mana rocks since they become creatures with Bellow. Okay, great, but then what are we spending the mana on? From what it sounds like, you have no issues with mana. Mana is not the issue. The card draw is an issue. So 1 mana, untap like your mana rocks and then tap them again for mana is great on paper, but what are you fucking spending it on if you're not drawing cards? That's what has me a little concerned. Okay. I like untapping my function. I think Return the Favor is too expensive. 3 mana is just kind of too much. I dig 2 1 mana protection. Okay. Yeah, you could run Skitterbeam. I think more to the point, I want to run Bedlam. Bedlam's funny. I think I want to more get my attackers through, so I'm going to go with Mizium Mortars. Right, 4 damage to each creature we don't control. You swing your 4/4s. They're 8/8 that could have, or they're 1/1 tokens that could have blocked. No longer an issue. They're 8/8 now is dying to a 4/4 that if they want to block. Like, Mizium Mortars is exactly what you want in this deck. Elvish Archivist. Quest for Renewal. It's okay. I don't know. I'm not very impressed with these suggestions. They all just kind of seem like win more cards to me. If anything, I want to get more lands in this deck. What's the one? When this enters, you take the initiative. That gets you a basic land. And then you can tap it for 2 colorless. Also, I can't read. Quest won't do anything without with Bella. Okay. Maybe just a basic mountain or Ash Barrens. Mobilize out. Put in Bushwhack. Bushwhack is 1 green mana. Find a basic, which is a basic. I don't know why we're ramping on 2. I guess you play a 4-drop and then play Bellow. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. Rack-a-Drac is cute, but it only works with our mana rocks. It doesn't work with the enchantment half of the deck, which is a little problematic to me. Thunderhawk Gunship. It's not bad. I'll give you that. It's not bad. I definitely prefer this over Asika's, because giving attacking creatures flying is pretty nuts. Do they get haste? Haste. Holy fuck, Bellow. Okay, so unkeepable hand. Unkeepable hand. Keepable hand. Forest. Utopia Sprawl. Game Trail. Reveal Forest. 1-2. Arcane Signet. 1-2. Hajar. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eternity Elevator. Crew with Hajar. Cragtown Pathway. Whoa, I'm very unimpressed with Slide of the Scale Lord. I guess it works well with mana rocks where you can attack with them, but like, let's just kill our opponents, eh? I guess it is just a 5 mana value bigger enchantment. 2, 3. Bellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Glorious Sunrise. Beginning of combat on my turn. Dink. Target land gets tap, add 3 mana, or draw a card. I'll draw a card. Next turn. Side of the Scale Lords, move to combat, you swing everything. You have trample, you draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Thunderhawk Gunship, now they all have flying. Green Wild Growth here. So we can do 1 less mana. Okay, yay. Everything has flying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hooray. Draw a card. So we draw 1, 2, 3, 4 plus draw. No, but we give them all trample as well, probably. Okay, like this is working. It's working. Rating schemes. Why do we like this card? I guess it copies all of our enchantments that we play in future. It is just a kind of a 5 mana do nothing, isn't it? Goblin and Narcomancer is an interesting prospect. It's kind of like Spider Manifestation, but worse. I don't know if I like the more one-off protection spells. I'd rather have something linger in play and protect Bellow. I'm just trying to think about what that would look like. So a way to make it more resilient? Asceticism? I do like the idea of Asceticism. That's actually like a really good deck for it. It's already in. Rhythm of the Wild. That's not a 4 mana value enchantment. I'm not worried about Bellow getting counterspelled. We have Hexing Swelcher. We have Veil of Summer. We would have redirect lightning and timing malfunction. Counter spells are so not the issue. It's otherworldly how not the issue they are. We're looking for things that give protection to the thing that's already in play, already on the board. We can do Guardian Augmenteer. 3 mana flash. Commander creatures can get +2/+2 and commanders have hexproof. What is a Chromus? A Chromus Memorial. That is a funny finisher. I don't think we need help with funny finishers. Forest. Next turn. Mossfire Valley. Fanatic of Ronas. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nyx Lotus. Dink. 1, 2, 3. Bellow. Nyx Lotus is now a creature, which means we can tap this for 4, 5. Glorious Sunrise. We can now tap Nyx Lotus for 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We can play Champion of Lambholt, which I don't think should be in this deck. Mana value 4, type enchantment. Oh, trample. -T aura. Other creatures have trample. And this is already an indestructible enchantment. That's kind of cute. This is 5 mana. 5 mana is different than 4 mana, chat. I don't know if you know this, but it is true. I think I'm going to go with Nylea. I still think we're just on too few lands. Gruul Warchant's okay. Yeah, I really don't like Lightning Grooves. I have no idea what these are doing. Swiftfoot Boots is even worse than Grooves, in my opinion, in this list. I'm honestly just not a fan of anything other than Arcane Signet. Like, I want my drops to be 4. Sakura Tribe Elder. So we added a Goblin and Archaeomancer. That's a good way to get from 2 to 4. So the joke is that I think Bellow's a 5 mana play. You play Bellow with protection spell up. So now we have more room to put in silly stuff that works really well. Wild Seeker and Cascade. Nah, I don't really like that idea. It's just we have a bunch of cheap stuff in the deck still. We need to do some movement of the mana values if we turn this into a Cascade deck. Stump. That was very nice to have. So now we Stump, Bushwhack, bunch of acceleration, more lands, which is important for this high mana value deck. Any good ways to get powerful card draw outside of combat? Sometimes Bella can struggle to get damage. He's stuck. Well, great news. We added Trample. We added Flying. We added Mizium Mortars, which is a one-sided board clear. And we also added Nylea, God of the Hunt, which also gives Trample. So you're going to get through. You will get through. And even if you don't, we can figure out some more ways to make you get through. Genesis Wave, that is an interesting idea. Shamanic Revelation's already in the deck. Eldrazi Monument gets you through. Ooh, I do like that idea. Let us run Eldrazi Monument. Bedlam is cool, I think. Isn't Bedlam 3 mana? Okay. You know what? It's less 4. That works for me. Just straight up creatures can't block, dog. Welcome to hell. Although, I wonder if there's a green enchantment that's like creatures assign damage blocked. No. Would the real red or green overloads work with Bellow? Yes. They are a little bit weird on the curve though, which I don't like. There's the green tutor battle. Okay, for what? Why are we saying this? Dawnsire? Dawnsire is really funny, but Dawnsire won't have any abilities until you crew it up, which I don't like. Yeah, but Eldrazi Monument was a really good recommendation. This one's pretty incredible. Creatures you control get +1/+1 flying, indestructible. Being of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. If you can't, sacrifice Eldrazi Monument. Okay. It might just be Arbor Elf. Can you add all the MDFCs to this deck, please? You need to see how good they are. Yeah, we can add a couple more. Bridge works. Battle. Orin Frostfang. It's okay. Invasion of Kaldheim. Why? Okay. Draw. Command Tower. Ash Barrens. Get Forest. Next turn. Forest. Nature's Lore. Get Commercial District, which we don't run. Let me remedy that for you. Can't leave home without your $7 Surveil land that makes all of your 2 ramp spells like literally 10% better, if not more. I'll allow it. Okay, this is keepable. Drop. Mossfort Bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, believe it or not, Shamanic Revelation is very good to cast for free. Next turn. Mountain. Pass. Next turn. Forest. Pass. Yikes, I thought we had 2 ramp in this hand. We didn't. Blast Act out. Blast Act isn't the worst. Now you know what? I like Blast Act in this deck. Beast Within out. And then you probably run just another 2 mana thing that ramps for 1. Secure Tribe, Nature's Lore. You can do Farseek. I want to like Hideaway cards. Hideaway's very good. You need to build your deck around it though. Hideaway just isn't free. Dink dink, Sanctum Weaver. Forest, 1, Wild Growth. 2 red, 1, 2, 3, Berserker's Onslaught. Next turn. Red. We make 3 red. And then 4 5, 6. Eternity Elevator floating 1 red. 1, 2. The 1 red floating. Bellow, swing. Next, like, let's say they block. 1, 2. Arcane Signet. 1, 2, 3. Leyline Immersion. And then you tap for 5 billion. Great Henge. Would this only be 2? Yes, it would be. So this is only 2 mana. And then you go 1. Just the rest. Draw a card. Think, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 enchantments. So this tap for 4. We've used 4 of it. Okay, never mind then. All right. I think we used all the Leyline Immersion mana too. Anyway. Yay, swing. And then once you have the Great Hand, it's kind of just, you're rolling. Devotion to green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unnatural Growth. I guess you go Kodama. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3. Like, these would have been lands you drew. +2/+2 on something. It fights something we don't control. Dink dink. Stump stomp. It fights something we don't control. Move to combat. You definitely have an opening now. Draw a billion cards and win. That's turn 6. You're fine. What happens if they kill Bellow? Oh my god. You play Bellow again. You're turbo ramping. Elk, are cost reductors good for this? Yeah, no, no, absolutely not. We shouldn't run cost reducers at all. Yeah, no, we have Goblin and Necromancer. Cost reducers are totally fine. Would I go running Semblance Anvil? No. Right, we have an even split of types here. But I think I'll cut a forest for I forgot the name of the land, but it's like some old Kamigawa tech here. And he said, take your time, Moxfield. I'm not in a rush. Take your time. What about FOMO and Delirium stuff? That is a thought. Okay, here's Roadside Reliquary. Tap to add a colorless, or 2 tap sack, draw a card if you control an artifact, draw a card if you control an enchantment. Hey, look at that. We'll do both of those things all the time. So FOMO and Delirium stuff is very good. FOMO only taps 1 thing. We do have a lot of things that give Vigilance. That's something to think about. Yeah. We could do Fear of Missing Out. So Fear of Missing Out has Delirium, which when it attacks for the first time each turn, if there are 4 more card types in 1 card types or cards in your graveyard, you untap target creature. There's an additional combat phase. So we need to fill the graveyard more consistently now. Personally, I'm looking at Sereth a little bit questionably. And then I want Malevolent Rumble. It's a great way to fill the graveyard. Reel the top 4. You may put a permanent from among them into your hand, put the rest under your graveyard, and then you make a spawn, which is pretty nice. Head Shredder. Head Shredder is... It's not as bad as it normally is, because in this deck, Bellow animates it, which I do kind of like the synergy of. It does take lands out of your graveyard permanently, which makes Delirium harder. That I do not like. I also don't really like the idea of Fear of Burning Alive in here. Asked earlier in chat, but got buried. What's your take? What in your mind makes a deck qualifies bracket 3 if the archetype it's playing doesn't present lethal by turn 6? Control stacks, tempo, leaning, disruption. So this is why you can't measure a deck strength by purely what turn it wins by. Because, yeah, like, if you win on turn 6 with a deck, it's probably, like, consistently every game it wins on turn 6. That's probably a little bit too strong for bracket 3. If you have a deck that consistently wins the game on, like, turn 4 or 5, you absolutely know that it's not bracket 3 okay. But What if a deck consistently wins on turn 20 and it makes it miserable the entire way through? It depends on what your interaction looks like, and how like oppressive everything is all the time. If everything's super mana efficient, super tight, you can win on turn 12 every game and still have a bracket 3 deck. And it's just because your disruptions is that high quality, you're able to deal with like opposing permanents and stuff. I don't know. Brackets like your power level of your deck is more than just how fast or slow it wins. Turn count is meaningless. Consistency matters. True. It doesn't. Turn count isn't meaningless. Don't hear what I didn't say. But it's certainly not the only factor to making a deck work in a bracket or working at a certain power level or whatever. Okay. I also want to add Traverse. The iconic Traverse the Windwalled ad. We don't have that many creatures for Traverse to go and grab. But Traverse is just a tap land when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, which means that it has a very high floor. And then on top of this, you can like go grab the Earth King if you want more ramp. Go grab Nylea if you need trample. Okay, no, I'm in on Traverse here. Maybe cut a forest for that. And then we can go out. I mean, I do think Veil of Summer is a little bit of a trauma response, but I think you can keep it. It's fine. It is a totally serviceable card. Honestly, I'm just not that invested in the Roaming Throne, generally speaking. But it double triggers Sunbirds. That's so cool. Sure, we can keep Roaming Throne. It's definitely in the win more camp, but I don't hate it. Love. All right. Maybe it's just Gilded Lotus, just this random ass thing. Would Roaming Throne double the mana for Mana Rock spell animates, or am I stupid? So you're not stupid, you're just a new player. This is an activated ability, and it's not a triggered ability. Let's look here. So, like, if it has a colon, it's an activated ability. But it would double trigger, let's say, Ellipses, Sunbird's Invocation whenever he casts a spell. It would double, then quadruple with Unnatural Growth. When or whenever or at are the easiest ways to tell where a triggered ability is. What's the best way to submit deck lists for review? And can I submit multiple lists? So, great question. The answer is I discourage people from sending in multiple deck lists at once. But the best way to do it is through the coffee. You can also get free deck reviews if you sit and watch for long enough. You can get 45k channel points, and then we have free deck review streams. But the coffee is the best way to get the deck reviews. There's 6 slots every week. And what I would do is I would get 1, and then I would wait. If Monday before my stream there are still available slots, cash in as many as you want. But generally speaking, typically there's 6 people a week who are kind of interested in each of the Tuesday and Sunday deck review streams. And so I want to just give everyone an opportunity because not everyone can just like instantly fill it out. But generally speaking, I'm okay with people getting multiple so long as they wait for other people to get their turn to have ample opportunity to get their deck review. And then after that, they can, etc. You can get as many as you want. Hey, Elk, I've been struggling to build decks recently. Do you have any advice for coming up with new decks? I don't know. Just don't force it. Don't force it. It'll come to you when it comes to you. Maybe focus on old decks that you built and you still have in paper and try and find every little niche, little synergy object you can be running in them. Like, literally just recently, I've been tooling around with Savara a little bit, right? My mono white flying deck. And Savara is a deck I've had for years. And I thought I had like a pretty good final build going. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it in Pariah. Pariah's really funny with Safara because Safara gives your other flyers indestructible, and then you attach Pariah to one of your creatures, and then, surprise, you're kind of immortal, especially even to trample, which is normally a big threat for this deck. But I was like, wait, if I'm adding Pariah, why am I not adding Darksteel Mutation? Darksteel Mutation is a card that is able to give something indestructible even when Safar is out of commission. And then I attach Pariah to it, and then I can get into like a really nasty control lockout game if my Plan A Voltron goes out the window, right? So I don't know. I would recommend just maybe experimenting with your older lists and seeing if you can find more synergy that could be inserted there. Okay. Let's go back to playtesting. Felt really pressure to build newer stuff. Like, I would really... every deck needs to start with a question. What the fuck do I want to do? And then you can kind of just build the deck out from there. Like, what play patterns look interesting to you that are not already covered by your other decks? What itch isn't being scratched? If you don't have an answer for that, don't build another fucking deck. That's a great way to burn yourself out. IMO. Anyway, tap land. Next turn. Roadside Reliquary. 1/2. Secure Tri-Builder. Sack Secure Tri-Builder. Get Forest to the battlefield. Tapped. Next turn. Mountain. 1/2. Malevolent Rumble. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get a permanent card from among these. I'm going to take Utopia Sprawl here. Nyx Lotus is a little tempting, but I think Utopia Sprawl is correct. Anyway, now notice that we have Delirium. And then we have an Eldrazi spawn as well from that spell. So here's our Eldrazi spawn. And what are we going to do with this Eldrazi spawn, chat? 1, 2. Guardian Augmenteer flashed in. Next turn. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can tap, not like an idiot, to equip a Utopia Sprawl here. Glorious Sunrise. Beginning of combat on our turn. I suppose we're just going to gain 3 life. It's a little bit of a shitty trigger, but it'll get better. Forest. We're going to tap 1, 2. Nature's Lore. Notice how much better this spell is that we top decked because we have the Commercial District. Surveil 1. Graveyard. We would have drawn that land. We're not interested. 1, 2, 3. Here's Bellow. +2/+2 and indestructible. Glorious Sunrise animates. We'll draw a card because we control a creature with power 4 or greater, or 3 or greater. Swing with Glorious Sunrise. Draw a card because it hits someone. You can't guarantee that it hits someone, but still. Next turn. Cragcamp Pathway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Navineral's Disc. We now control an artifact and enchantment, so we can pay 2. Crack the Roadside Reliquary, so we'll draw 2 cards. And then here you could Farseek for Commercial District, but we've already done that. But Glorious Sunrise will trigger +1/+1 trample, hit you, draw a card. 1, 2, Farseek, T Forest, Cinderglade. Or I guess you need to get a mountain, but that's his mountain. All right. Okay. All right. Navineral's Disc is now online. We'll crack it, destroy all artifacts and enchantments and creatures and stuff. Dink. Dink. I guess you do it here. And then floating mana. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bellow again. Everything gets reanimated. And then you swing with Glorious Sunrise. You draw a card. Okay, so I'm noticing Leyline Immersion's getting typically trapped in her hand. Blasphemous Act is getting trapped in her hand, but that's not actually very accurate to how this card plays out. We just don't have opponents that really need us to use this. And Kodama's also getting stuck in her hand quite frequently. So I'm going to axe Kodama. Once again, mana is not the issue. Card draw is the issue. And then we can also do the same thing with the Aura here, Leyline Immersion. I know it gives Ward 2, but I think, honestly, the amount that you ramp is protection enough for Bellow. Bellow is a 3-mana commander, so it's going to be 5 mana next time, then 7, then 9. You're still able to tap for 9 mana on turn, 6, it feels like, in this deck, so I kind of just want to free up more space. So, what are we adding? Let's do... someone recommended the... whatever, Genesis, and I think that is actually correct. Genesis Wave. Reveal the top X, put any number of permanents, X or less mana value, onto the battlefield. And then shuffle. Is it shuffle or rest on the bottom? Yeah, rest in your graveyard. Ooh, helps with Delirium. So yeah, Genesis Wave. I think X spells is a very fun way to go about this, so let's do that. Just because we have so much spare mana every turn, let's lean into it. All right, let's put Gilded Lotus back in. Great, let's play Dust. All right, here we have a beautiful hand with Gilded Lotus. Dink, dink. Secure Trap Elder. Sack it. Get a mountain. Next turn. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of just don't want to hang my Aggravated Assault out, but it's mana efficient. Asceticism. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gilded Lotus. 1, 2, 3. Dink, dink. Bellow. These are now all creatures. Or this isn't a creature, but still. Attack. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heals Eldrazi Monument. And then you tap for nothing. I would move to combat here. Attack, attack, draw 2 cards. Miss our land drop. That's okay. Here's Fanatic of Ronus. Here's Farseek to get Commercial District. Top. Alright. Next turn, sack Fanatic of Ronus to Eldrazi Monument. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. X is 8. Genesis Wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Spider Manifestation into play. Molten Echoes into play. Great Henge not into play. It's actually too big. That's funny. Alright, so you get all these into play. These go in our graveyard. Ta-da! Dink, dink. Does Molten Echoes work if we choose Elemental? Or because all these are entering at the same time, these wouldn't get copied? I guess it wouldn't copy anything. It would copy Nyx Lotus maybe, and then it would Legend Rule it. Okay, anyway. Swing with our creatures. Draw 2 cards. Sack Goblin and Archimancer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, actually, you just have Nyx Lotus. You have Infinite here, right? You just need Vigilance. If you have Vigilance here, you would be Infinite. But still, that feels pretty decent. I think I'm about ready to kick this back to you, but I'm willing to hear some. Shamanic Revelation should be nice for draw. Oh, I don't know why I didn't think of Shamanic Revelation. You're right. No, I'm any other recommendations from chat here? I'm a little bit blind to big Gruul enchantments and artifacts. Not really a big Bellow aficionado, so I'm not definitely open to recommendations. But overall, I would call this list about as good as I could get it. I think biggest edition, Nylea, Traverse. That will help your creatures punch through very frequently. Greater Good. They're just 4/4s, dog. I don't want to... They're just 4/4s. I don't think that's that good. Possibility Storm is funny. That does feel like a new direction, though. What about Warp? What about it? What are we missing in the Warp department? Friend tried to tell me that Vigilance was a low tier ability, but it's always pulled in my decks. Low-key, Vigilance is a little mid. It's better in Commander where you have 4 opponents, so attacking and then blocking with that same creature is a lot more important because there's just 3 times as many attackers, but overall, it's okay. Any extra ways to cheat out big things? That Genesis Wave playtest did a lot of stuff. Genesis Wave is the best at doing it. You could do like Wild Seer bullshit, but you have Sunbirds, you have Shamanic, you have Genesis Wave. I think you're fine. Legitimately. I would not put fucking Eureka in your deck, that's for certain. Invasion of Chandalar. It's not that bad. These are fine, though. Nazgul Battle Mace. Why? Oh no, you pay 3 life. It's like in my opinion, it's not really that much. And only Annihilator 1, so you can stack a token to it and then just not care. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. All right, I'm gonna drop this on your head. This is about good to go. You'd have to equip it every turn. Ew, yeah, because all of your creatures unanimate every turn. You'd have to re-equip it. Ew, no, no, no. No way. All right. Anyway, thank you for getting a deck review. It looked really good. Yeah, no, 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 no. Thank you for getting a deck review. All right, moving on. Do we have Star, Bois, Nova, or Ruth? Let me sound off if any of you need to go first out of those. But hi, I'm Ruth. I'm here. So I suppose we're going to be Ruth Bader Gathering is an insane username. Nova here. All right, Nova, you'll be next. All right. The idea is to run lures and ask my opponent to nicely block with everything so that their creature's power goes into another opponent's face. I see. Okay, so this is, yeah, when a creature deals damage to any target. I see. 35 feels a little low, but maybe we're like land cycling gods here. We have Bushwhack. We have Caravan Vigil. We have Traverse. So that's 38. I still think we're a little low on lands, but maybe we're just very low curve. Couldn't care less about anything. Okay, great. I don't play Selesnya, so I'm just kind of running random bullshit, and I haven't really thought about why or when I should ramp. Okay, I can help you a lot with that. I really love Selesnya. Selesnya is probably one of my favorite color combos to play, so I can assist. Devour 3. That is awesome. He can hit himself? Oh, that's fun. So this is like a fling almost. Or it's like sack your whole board and then that times 3 with She-Hulk. Okay, okay. Ruth Bader Gathering playing a lawyer commander win? No way, you right. Okay, I think we are a little dork heavy. And I don't know if that's good. I definitely don't like Fey Burrow Elder. It is a little weird because I also don't like a lot of these other. So we're going 1, then 3, then what? Like, what's at the top curve? It's like nothing. It's like Jennifer, like you flip Jen. So where's like actual lure? The fuck is this card? That's awesome! Wait, this rules. What the fuck? Whoa. Yeah, I really don't like Flower Forest. That should just be another forest or something. Sorry, I just saw our mana base. This is really bad. Lush Portico in. Temple Garden in. Windswept Tooth. Not Windswept. Windswept. God, I can't spell. Good think. I would like to get a Windbrisk Heights in your deck. That doesn't seem that bad. You could also do the big power one, Mosswort. I like the idea of these two cards in your deck. Okay, I kind of want to playtest this because I'm interested to see how your curve works. I do not like Dryad Arbor. Look at Martyr. Any amount of damage. That is kind of cool. For me, it's like Pariah. Timely Ward. No, no, no. Am I not allowed to put Pariah in your deck? It's Pariah on... Yeah, I know it works on opposing things. I'm not cutting Martyrdom. The plan is not to cut Martyrdom. The plan is to add Pariah and add Timely Ward. And add, what is the name of the card? It's white-green aura. Not Face of Divinity. Fuck! ID equals white-green type aura. Oh, indestructible. Shield the Oversoul. Has indestructible, gets flying. Kill him. Die. And of course you gotta add a Heliod's Pilgrim. With all this stuff. And if you have Heliod's Pilgrim, you might as well add like a removal spell in these here. And for me, that's gonna look something like it's probably going to be the Darksteel Mutation. There's Totem Armor. There's Totem Armor Auras too. Yeah, those suck. In this deck, Totem Armor's totally fine in other decks. In this deck, Totem Armor's awful. Because it would stop one instance of the Pariah-ing. But it would not do any other one after the first one. So if they hit you, then they could blow up your creature afterward. So we need a source of permanent indestructible, and that's where Shield of the Oversoul and Timely Ward come from. Is this the Strife counter one? Hell yes. Each player creates 3 tapped permanent white warrior creature tokens. Put a counter on each warrior creature. You may exile a non-token creature you control. When you do, exile all warriors. I see. I don't like Paradise Lost as a value card. Seems a little weird. You give it to their blocking creature. I see. Paradise Lost, the Martian sex cult book? No, no, no. Dice Lost. The one that makes you roll 2 dice and then explode them. Oh, also, I wanted to add actual lure to your deck. I think actual factual lure is that good. And the fact that Heliod's Pilgrim can go and grab it is very nice. Maybe run Felia just to flicker your stupid little idiots that have ETBs. Okay. I am now very interested in cutting some cards in this deck. Isn't this worse than Gideon Sacrifice? It draws a card. It's not that bad then. Three mana is a lot for that effect. I like it on the cantrip, but not the 3-drop. Palace Guard's kind of funny, but we added Pariah, which I find to be a little stronger than that. And it's also tutorable. Already cut the 2-drop version, I see. Is Shaman on core very good? This card just reads as kind of mediocre to me. We're not a control deck, though. We're like a mid-range kill you deck. I'll cut your worst dork and your worst 3-mana dork. I save other people's stuff, or he's a good pariah target since he can shunt any damage onto a dorky dude. I see. Yeah, no, you're right. Okay. I would keep this hand. And then this turn you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Attack you with the 6/6 on turn 3. Blur on the sensational She-Hulk. Start killing all your creatures forever. Felia. You can have Flicker a blocker too. Felia has double duty in this deck. Yoink, yoink. +2/+2 in fights. Attack you. Flicker Darksteel mutation. Return it to play. Bushwhack something. Okay. It's feeling good. I want to add Mom to your deck. We just already have Starfield Shepherd. I do like gifting a big creature. That's funny. I'm a little weirded out by Skullwinder and
Eternal Witness. I typically think those is like ephemerate kind of cards, and we're not really running ephemerate. I do think the this is a cute idea, but I think it's too slow. How do we gift opponents? Isn't there a card that like gifts an opponent a creature? Creature, library, opponent, battlefield. Nope. Dubious challenge. Look at the top 10, exile 2 creature cards from among them in the shuffle. An opponent may choose one of the exile cards to put on the battlefield under their control, put the rest on the battlefield under your control. That's not nothing. There's equipment that gives control. I guess. Here, I think I'm just going to go without a lot of these. Only to cast creatures. Okay. Overgrowth. This is an aura, which you can tutor for. That's pretty nice. I think Jiraga True Speaker is maybe a little too slow. I want to play my commander on turn 2 a little bit. Are you trying to give opponents creatures? Yes, because we're luring, and then we're beating them to death with She-Hulk and redirecting. Do I? What do you mean, do I? Hunted Cycle. Hunted Cycle is fine. The ability is nice, but if she 8 mana is a lot to get to. Yeah, I want you to be running like Shaman of Forgotten Ways. Right. This is 3 mana. Add 2 mana. Only creatures. You can only use them to cast creatures, though. You can't use them on abilities. That is a little awkward. I just like the biorhythm on this thing, but I think maybe that's actually not correct, just because you can't use it on activated abilities, of which you care about with the commander. 3 for 3 dork. Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about, but it's that's only for casting, right? You can't use that on abilities. Only to cast. A Crowan Horse or Ox Drover? Yes, let me send this into a 1/1 that you have to block with. And then, oh, I get to redirect 1 damage at you. That 1/1 is not big enough, chat. Think a little bigger. Yeah, I'm a little stumped here. Primeval Protector. Why? What are we doing? I think you're failing to understand the point of this deck. We're trying to give opponents big things and then run our creatures into them with lures, and then we redirect the damage at their head. That's what we're doing. Just big creature isn't what I'm talking about. We need big creature that goes over there, and then they block with it, and then we explode them because we have lure. Sylvan Offering's already in. Hmm. All right. We have 7 slots. The Sentry. Oh, the Sentry Golden Guardian. That does make a 5/5 for them. Sheltering Ancient. Okay, that's a little something. I like this more than the evolutionary thing. Generous Patron. Maybe we put counters on opposing creatures. That's what this deck does. Now I know why we're running all the power doubling. It's to put on opposing creatures. I see. Is Stiltskin something? It is something because we can tutor for it off of our Starfield Shepherd as well. Target opponent gains control of another permanent you control. You draw a card. And then if we run big creature, we can gift it. Haunted Wumpus. I guess so. Okay, Evolutionary Exhalation can go back in now. Not Graft. Double target creature's power X times. That sounds pretty cool. Duelist Heritage? No, that doesn't really work for what we're doing. Whenever a land enters double on you control. Fuck off, Wizards. I think Mana Gorgia Hydra is something. You give it to an opponent, you double its power. Right, you give it to an opponent with Stiltskin. So you have Stiltskin, and then it's just a perfectly okay threat. So even if you don't donate it, you can just like run people over. I like that idea. And then probably just like Eladamri. We have enough small dorkage going on that Eladamri Korvac Doll seems very good to me. It's only once each turn, yes. Okay, I'd keep this hand. Honestly, I'll play a tapped green source here. Okay.
Jennifer Walters is here, and then you flash in Felia. And then this turn you go 1, 2, 3. Stiltskin's big. Nice. I managed to flip over every land that I control, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Green. Avacyn's Pilgrim. Is that much damage to any target? I guess we're gonna start bumping up Avacyn's Pilgrim here, and then you can go 1, 2, 3, Eladamri. Noble Quarry. These cantrips are just feeling very awkward to me. I think Valor made real goes. Self-Esquire. Or Zov Advocus. That's entirely voluntary. I don't really like cards that are voluntary. So, Self-Esquire. Okay, if plan A fails, if you've donated so much power to your opponents that they're about to run you over with it, and they've answered your funny She-Hulk play, you're able to just go 4 mana. Actually, I'm going to kill you because you just hit me with 5 billion power, and now I'm going to hit you with 5 billion power in return. That seems pretty good. Okay, draw. Forbidden Orchard, give you a 1/1. Forest, give you another 1/1. Sheltering Ancient. Next turn. Oh my god, cumulative upkeep. Put a counter on anything. Honestly, I'm just going to tap for 2, play Jennifer Walters, and play a tap land here. Okay, cumulative upkeep. Put 2 counters on your 1/1 that we've already grown. So now we have a 4/4 across the board from us, which is pretty nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Master of the Wild Hunt. Next turn, counter, and then this gets 3 counters. Green basic land. Green. I was being every upkeep, but also make wolves. I see. Here's a wolf. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Court of Calling X is 4. Faberalder. Alright. And then this turn is where we get to go ham a little bit because we put 4 counters on this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have an 11/11 on turn 6, bare minimum. And then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flip Jennifer Walters. We have another wolf, by the way. So now, heyo, She-Hulk. Tap all untapped wolf creatures you control. Each wolf tapped this way deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That creature assigns... Okay, yeah. And then you go dink. Fight the 11/11. Redirect 11 damage at you. Cool. That feels pretty okay. It didn't feel that good. It felt okay, though. Nils. What does this card say? Unironically, yeah, I like this. Specifically, Generous Patron as a draw engine is kind of fun with these +1/+1 granters. I'm kind of digging this. You can also do like Skyboon Evangelist. So I think here's my pitch to you. What if we made giving your opponent's counters the plan? Plan A. You give your opponent's counters, you use Selfless Squires, and you explode them. The plan B at the end game is when you do the redirect stuff. I just think that giving counters has a lot more synergy than damage redirection in Selesnya. If we were like Naya, I'd be all in on damage redirection for sure. But I'm saying damage redirection takes a little step back, and then counters giving your opponents big creatures takes a step forward. And I think that'll make this deck run a lot smoother. So maybe not exponential growth because it is a sorcery in hindsight. What the fuck does this... I need to read this card again. Sure, yeah, that works. That's really good. Okay. Tifa's Limit Break has just more utility than that. Sounds cool. The best damage redirect is also... Stuff is also better than the worst. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, we're pretty close to how I feel like I would build a deck as is. Discard, draw. Forbidden Orchard, Caravan Vigil, get a forest. And give you a 1/1. And then here you go. Dink, Soul Ring, Dink, Dink. Transdimensional Bovine. We've given away 2 spirits now. 1, 2, 3. Nature's Rhythm. We'll go and grab Sheltering Ancient. Sheltering Ancient, of course, is one of the best +1/+1 counter engines in this deck, it feels like. So, there we go. And then you go 1, 2, 3. Generous Patron. Counter here. Counter here. You draw 2 cards, right? One or more counters on a creature you don't control. This is 2 separate creatures I've supported, so I will draw 2 cards, correct, chat? This is not a 1-carder kind of incident. Is an option if you're not... Yes, okay, great. We'll draw 2. Costs X less, where X is the greatest powers among creature controlled. So it's costs 5 less, so this costs 3 mana. So we can go 1, 2, 3, Skullsport Nexus, and then you get another Spirit Sure. All right. Next turn, oh, look at that. We go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we'll draw a card for putting counters on a creature. Okay, we have the engine going now. That feels pretty good. All right. And you can double any target creature's power. That's so fucking sick, dude. This deck's awesome. Low key, even though it sucks a little. It's pretty cool. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk. All right, great. Because we have Heroic Sacrifice, so we don't really care about stuff and things. Yeah, great. We can just move to next turn. And we can also double the power of an attacking creature this turn if we so desire. So 3 counters, 1, 2, 3, and then we draw 3 card, or draw a card rather. Play land. So what if we doubled this creature's power? So this is now a 16/16. And then we think. Because we have the ability to flashback Nature's Rhythm here. I'm just unsure of what I'm getting here. But we have a billion mana available to us. We can get any creature out of our deck, so. Pelucranos. Sure. Green 1, 2. Monstrosity 1. It fights this 8, 16, 16. Damage redirect, 16 damage somewhere. And then Avacyn's Pilgrim. Sheltering Ancient is X separate triggers, not one trigger to put X counters. Is that fucking for real? We would be drawing 3 cards? Wait, what? That's sick! Holy fuck, there's no way that's real. Okay, that is badass. That is badass. That's really cool. Okay, tell you what. Eternal Witness can come back in. Ephemerate comes in. That's how you... It's not even close, dude. Alright, there we go. Ephemerate. Ta-da. So, joke is, Ephemerate, target Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness flickers, you get anything back from your graveyard. Ephemerate triggers second time, flickers Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness grabs Ephemerate. You can start getting back any number of things from your graveyard every turn. I do think Master of the Wild Hunt is a little too slow. I think I would prefer to see an Ulvenwald tracker. Right? 1 green, tap, this creature fights that creature, trigger She-Hulk. It's gettable off Starfield Shepherd. It's like the perfect wombo of like so many different things. And then we can cut 2 more things. In fact, we must cut 2 more things. Let's do... I think if I'm going to keep one or the other, I'm going to keep Gideon Sacrifice. It's just cheaper. The Heroic Sacrifice just is... It draws a card, so the floor is just so much higher. When that creature dies this turn, yeah, it's higher. Yeah. Cut Strength. Sorry, Strength? What Strength? You can cut the Flash enchantment. This one? Am I stupid? What's going on? Strength of Will. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any other thoughts for this deck? I'm desperately thinking of more ways to manifest the theme, but in ways that don't feel clunky or awkward. I'm unsure. I am generally happier with the list now that we have this like kind of counter theme with the Generous Patron and the support cards. Is Terrastodon in there? Terrastodon could be pretty cool. I think we've just gone so heavily off ramp and more on auras and stuff that I don't like Terrastodon. Just because it's hard to get more than 7 mana like really fast in this deck, I think. Is Noble Heritage says Orzhov Akavist. So no, I don't like that opponents can choose. I think I'm gonna cap this off with like a Growing Rites of Illamoc. Because it's nice you can flicker with Fellia for card advantage. It's Gaia's Cradle on the back. It cantrips. It just does so much for you. Your board's ending up pretty wide most of the time. I might cut Hunter's Insight. That's just kind of not the goal of the deck. Honestly, no. Let's start with Windrush Kites. 1, 2, 3, 4. Road Challenge. Sure. Let's actually get Bridgeworks Battle. I think this card's better. Okay. Next turn. Forest. Soul Ring loves me today. Lush Portico.
She-Hulk. Fight your creature. This gets huge. We can become the Monarch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crescendo of War. Hit you. Getting a little flooded here. Okay, well, there's Tifa's Limit Break. Lol. So you go attack you with She-Hulk. You block. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8. X is 8. Triple your power and toughness of your blocker. And then it explodes She-Hulk, sure. But, like, I also get to shoot you for that much damage, right? I guess you can do that in response and block with Trans-Dimensional Vovine and then do that. Okay, great. Okay, there's like some amount of plan there, even though we were really flooded that game. Honestly, I might just kick this here. I think this is about done. Great. I think what might be more fun than, let's say, Faber Elder is mana dorks that tap for mana dorks that tap for power. Because we're using all these counters to grow stuff all the time, so. Cradle Clear Cutter could be cool, but I imagine there's better ones here. Fanatic, of course, would be pretty good. I'm a little tempted by Hair and Blade Elite because the front of Jennifer is human, and we have Avacyn's Pilgrim. I think we have more elves, though, so maybe Marwyn. Cradle Clear Cutter. I do like the idea of Cradle Clear Cutter. Savala, of course, is uncontested GOAT of doing that. Viridian Joiner. I don't think we need much. I think just a couple in place of the old mana dorks we're running in those slots would be pretty good. Maybe Noble Quarry out. Okay. I think this is good to go. Thank you for getting a deck review. I think this is about set. It's as close as I can reasonably get this like weird niche kind of group huggy kind of archetype. God, I look so pale with a white shirt on. This is really bad. I look like I've never seen the sun before. All right, do we have Star, Bois, or Nova? I imagine Nova's still here. All right, Star and Nova are still here. So we'll do Nova first, and then we'll do Star. Okay, we have Page Loose Leaf. The game plan is to ramp quickly into big stompy creatures and slap people in the face. I played this a few times with it, and it does not really do anything. Eldrazi, I mostly want to use artifacts, but some Eldrazi's fine. I want to use Page Loose Leaf as the commander since it's funny. I want it to be bracket 3, but it feels like it's been 2. Okay. I do not like 35 lands in your big mana deck. That is just like pretty irresponsible in my opinion. More duplicate. All right. So I always hate Ugin. Ugin the Ineffable sucks unless you're comboing, which I imagine you're not. Karn's great. Makes Karn structs. It's fine. This Karn's good though. Okay, we're trying to do artifact creature aggro. Do not like Endbringer. Yucky, yucky, yucky.
I'm completely unimpressed with your card quality here. See, that's really funny. Prototype portal's way too slow. Conquer's fucking galleon, man. Holy shit. That's cool. I like that. Heyday, the flex trigger. It's just like comboing like that's not the goal. Okay. So we freed up a lot of slots. Let's do T artifact, T creature, sort MV. So, I mean, Blightsteel is the undisputed goat of killing people. I think we're running Darksteel Colossus. What bracket? You want it to be bracket 3, and you're just like, oh no, Darksteel Colossus is too mean. We gotta get in there, man. We gotta get in there. Especially if we're not gonna run an Eldrazi. If Eldrazi is off the table, then we need to get a little bit more mean with the artifact creature threats. Probably a Mere Battlesphere. Sandstone Oracle is fine. Where's Mere Battlesphere? Mere Battlesphere. So notice that we've just added a bunch of colorless 7-drops to this deck. Now, normally that would make people ill. However, you'll find that it's actually very good for one Ugin's Labyrinth. Ugin's Labyrinth is a soul land. We got to add Kazilex command. That card's broken. Thran Dynamo, which is already in. Worn Power Stone is pretty decent. Krang's already in. Arc Reactor. Yeah, 5 mana. Okay, yeah, this works. Urza's Cave. Okay, Urza's Cave's already in. And we already have Urza's Fun House, right? Whatever it's called. We're running Temple the fucking False God in our 35 land deck. Urza's Workshop. That is a little pricey. But we could run extra planar. What is it called? It's the stupid land that's every non-basic land type. Planar Nexus. Each non-basic land type. So it's an Urza's Power Plant, Urza's Cave, Urza's Mine. So this plus any Urza's land is enough to be Tron. Expedition map to tutor up other lands. Forsaken Monument's already in. Type colorless. I mean, I'm fine with Temple of the False God in this deck. It just needs to be in not a 36 land deck. And we got Kozilek's Command in. Rise of the Eldrazi. Can't be countered. Destroy target permanent. Target player draws 4 cards. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile Rise of the Eldrazi. Emrakul the World Anew. This is your board wipe. 12 mana. Think exile or gain control of area creatures. It's a perfect panic button. It's like one of my favorite Eldrazi to run in Commander. And then you run Ugin's Ugin something or other. What is it called? Oh, colorless. 07. Not Eye of Ugin. Sanctum of Ugin. When you cast a colorless spell with mana value 7 or greater, of which we added a ton, you can sacrifice this land, tutor for any colorless creature card, which is any creature in your deck, which is perfect. Okay, so cut one of these, and let's get the fucking another object out of here. Lithoform Engine. Sure. Great, let's play test this. This hand's insane. Draw. Land. Next turn. Land. 1, 2. Page. Next turn. Scavenger Grounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Empowered Auto Generator. Okay. Add 1, 2, 3, 4. Hedron Archive 1, 2, 3. All Fate Scroll. Wastes. Oh, whoops. I meant to play Urza's Power Plant this turn, and then this turn you do Temple of the False God, because now it's online. So then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, no, it would be more. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tap sack. We'll draw a billion cards because we control 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 differently named lands. 1, 2, 3. Here's Glaring Fleshraker. 1, 2. Moxite Refinery. What does this card do? This sucks. Ruan Quip. Thank you for the tier 1. Yeah, not a big fan of Moxite Refinery. For each artifact you control, that's pretty good. Sure. All right, so we have 2 slots to play around with. I want one more land. Scavenger Grounds. Scavenger Grounds is already in. Abstergo Entertainment. Buried Ruins already in. Okay. All right, so one more slot to play around with for big colorless artifact or big colorless stuff. Just think about what that's going to look like. Palantir. You don't hate it. Palantir seems fine. We can do Palantir Borthonk. We have a big mana value. It's pretty expensive, but it's a fun card. Definitely worth including. All right, discard. Sure. Page. 1, 2. Adaptive Omni Tool. 1. Oh, it's equipped fucking 3. Holy shit. Karn's Bastion. 1, 2, 3. Dink. And then you attack because this gets +1, +2, +3. Top 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we get an artifact from among them. Mystic Forge. That card's broken. Next turn. Urza's Cave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everflame Chalice. X is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think. Mystic Forge. Top card of libraries. Ugin's Labyrinth. I would keep that. Next turn. Ugin's Labyrinth. Exile Triplicate Titan from your hand. And then this turn you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 12 mana. It's 10. So I guess you
dink the 10 rings. We can look at the top card and cast it. Oh my god. Yeah, I'd rather cast that first, believe it or not. So let's think for a moment then. So we're going to cast this colorless spell off of the top of our library. You know, just random ass colorless spell. Who knows what it does. Canoptic Spider. I think I'm fine. 5 lands, so land for turn. Oh no, never mind. That was Ugin's Labyrinth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. X is 0. Sack the spawn. 8. Get another spawn. Okay. Sounds good. End step, draw 10. Or draw 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure. Threefold Thunderhulk on the top of my library. That is pretty nice. I do really want to take an extra turn after this one, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite there. Well, this is 0 mana, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thran Dynamo. Get a spawn. I'll exile this card. Darksteel Forge. That's pretty funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All is dust. One, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 mana. That's really not a lot when you think about it. That's okay. Draw 2 cards. Next turn, and then this turn you're able to finally go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just realized I should. There's a couple of these lands that have for 2, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 12 mana, Rise of the Eldrazi. We'll take an extra turn. We'll destroy your target permanent. We'll draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go dink, dink. We get an Eldrazi spawn, so we have 5 mana. Steel Overseer. I mean, this is like doing stuff. Is Zul'Adok in here? Zul'Adok, I think, is going to steal the show from Paige if we put in the command zone or if we put in the 99. Are we on Basalt Monolith combos? No, we have no combos. This is just Stompy. So right now I'm looking at Stompy deck. It's doing pretty okay. Hard to finish the game. Dog, I just took an extra turn, drew 4 cards, and completely one-sided board wipe. And you're like, it's hard to finish the game. I don't think so. We just have a bunch of big idiots. Like, it's not that hard of an equation here. We cast the big idiots, we kill them. Is someone Bahamut? Yeah, summon, yeah. Summon Bahamut. Equals the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. Seems pretty good to me. Juggernaut out. I'm really struggling to find more ways to make this deck faster at what it does and more broken. Because it's already pretty dastardly. It feels like. Maybe Prize Shield's funny. Deck of Anythings is funny. I think like Portal to Phyrexia is just like objectively better. Oh my god, it's $33 now. It seems like a lot. Earthbound Crusher's fine. How to receive deck help from you, Patreon. Read the description of the YouTube stream leather to get all the info you need. Okay.
Let me just Soul Guide Lantern. My bad? Not your bad. It's fine. Who reads the description of YouTube videos? Legitimately, it's like not the first thing I think of to do. That sounded sarcastic. I legitimately meant that. People don't read YouTube descriptions. It's fine. It's not a moral failing. All right, here's page. Waste. 1, 2, 3. Iron Spider. Stark upgrade. 1, 2. Market back walker. Enters with a counter. Put a counter on these two. 1, 2. Crack this. Get extra or get planar nexus as my land per turn. Next turn. Tap 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dink. Discard. Planar bridge. Draw a card. Temple the False God. Pass. Tap 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess we cycle Soul Guide Lantern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Palantir. Top, bottom. Okay, do we mill a card, chat? The answer is yes, you take 7. Anyway. Next turn. Like, this is just feeling pretty slow, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, hooray, I finally get, like, Mirror Battlesphere online on turn 7. Like, this feels so slow. Especially if you want this to be bracket 3. Eldrazi's the only answer? No, not at all. Like, we added Emrakul, but, like, you're able to make a good colorless deck without Eldrazi. I mean, I like all the counters that are flying around. It's just kind of hard to, like... I want, like, a Lazotep Quarry. High Market. Phyrexia's Core. So these are all sack outlets. This one says sacrifice an artifact. The other says two say sacrifice creatures. This is for cracking your Hanger Back Walker or Market Back Walker and stuff. I don't like Stonecoil Serpent all that much. It's just kind of a big idiot that doesn't really do much else. This wouldn't work. Right, because you needed a... Idol the False Gods. It's a little slow, but it's better than a waste. It's already in. My fault. What's the name of the stupid fucking object? Is Collector's Vault in this deck? I hope not. Collector's Vault's really bad. Very unimpressed with that card, generally speaking. Lux Cannon, maybe? No. Lux Artillery is what I'm thinking of. $30 more counters among artifacts and creatures you control. Sculpting Steel should be in, at least. And then we can add Cascading Cataracts, all these filtering The Baxter building. Oh, yeah, the Triad. The Triad's really good. Whoops, we do need to make a real cut for that non-land. Yeah, I like the Triad here. So yeah, I think Lux Artillery is just kind of not it. Maybe Echoes, just kind of slow. Page. Next turn, wastes. Throwing Dynamo. Then 3-drop I want to cast. Okay. Well, hey, great news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6. We have 7 mana. The End Stone. No, I don't want to just cast it out like that. Honestly, I'm not going to do anything this turn. And then your opponents develop some more. Okay, now I'm a little bit tempted. But I think we just go to discard here and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Emrakul the World Anew. Madness. So actually, to enable that a little bit better, I think I want a Gaia Reach. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Which is a discard outlet on a land. Each player discards a card, then draws a card. You could do Rogue's Passage. Okay, Rogue's Passage is already in. Okay. How hard is Cody compared to more mainline commanders like Felly or Varen? I mean, harder, but not like impossible. Okay, so we have freed up a couple more slots for colorless utility lands. I'm just trying to think about what to run. It's probably like Talon Gates. Is that real? Oh my god. I'm so happy I picked up this card when it was $10. Jeez-a-loo. I have it. Sanctum of Eternity. Phyrexia's Core. Or rather, is it Phyrexia's Core? No. It's, the Mycosynth Gardens. Okay, so here's the gag. The Mycosynth Gardens lets you copy a creature. You copy Page, you legend rule him. You're then able to Buried Ruin Page back to your hand. And then you can Grandeur the OG Page to get like Rise of the Eldrazi Kozilek's command. I'm going to cut Eldritch Immunity because it sucks. Selective Obliteration. Selective Obliteration. And then so you have All's Dust, Rise of the Eldrazi Kozilek command as hits. And so you can like have these like funny lines where like you Sculpting Steel your commander Page. And then it works out, right? Echoing Deeps.
What's some other ways to go about this? Oh, Abstergo Entertainment also returns a historic thing, which can be your commander. In your hand. Darksteel Citadel and Vendor's Fair. Yeah, and Vendor's Fair should just be in. And Darksteel Citadel's already in. Vendor's Fair is a bit expensive, but it's funny, so we can keep that in. And then let's go for a big fucking idiot. Some huge monster. That would work well here. I'm fine with Desiccate Reality. It's a big thing that can go under Ugin's Labyrinth. Together as one technically works if you have the lands that filter for mana, like Abstergo or Baxter Building. That's really funny. But I think this is about good to go. Bunch of funny big spells that will outgrind and outvalue people, and then you can like have these big walloping sorceries that like answer shit, and you can do like funny tricks with Page and the Grandeur ability in order to activate those. Okay, I kind of like that. I like that list. This is a good idea. Yeah, I think Emrakul is the only Eldrazi you ever need to run in low brackets. But like, if you want to invest in another one, I'd recommend one of the Kozileks that draw you a bunch of cards. The one that discards to counter spells, that's the one I would probably end up on. IMO. Okay, we have Star here, I'm pretty sure. So let's do Star's deck next. We have Bright Palm Soul Awakener. Star, any pronouns, he, she, something else, doesn't matter. Okay, great. The deck is pretty simple overall. Stick just about anything on the field that enjoys counters or big power. Play Bright Palm to get doubling. Believe it's around bracket 3 to low bracket 4. This is not bracket 4, pal. Oh my god, 33 lands? The deck is somewhat infamous in my playgroup for being the most explosive decks I've made. The curve is fairly low. Yeah, it ends at 5. So you can get away with less lands, but I wouldn't go down to 33. Unless... No, we don't. Okay. Don't really have any restrictions. He said he couldn't find more to change Trinket Mage, which is both nice and a bit upsetting. The deck feels far from perfect, and I've been keen on making... Okay, yeah, I can help. So... that enters... Okay. +1 does feel a little underwhelming, doesn't it? Oh, here you go. One more. Like, I think we should probably just be focusing on getting 50 counters on one thing instead of +1. I like when this dies, you gain life.
Like, we have Terra Symbiosis. We have Loading Zone. Branching. We have Ephemerate, but no Eternal Witness. Branching Evolutions are in. It feels a little bit of a throw not to have an Eternal Witness kicking around when there's an Ephemerate in the mix in my green deck. Would also maybe benefit from doing the red one. That's also a land, but I don't like that. That can't grab anything. Skateboard. Do we have Urza Saga? No. Skateboard's fine. Is it bad that I don't like Soul Ring? I want to power out your commander. Four or more quest counters. It seems like a lot of time. Like Invigorating, I like Rhythm. So are we focusing on making the commander huge, or are we killing people with other creatures? I'm unsure of which one we were doing. Whatever happens, really. Okay. Okay, so we freed up some slots. Let's get some lands going. Llanowar Reborn. This thing has Graft, which is a cool word to have on a land. Graft 1. So it enters with a counter on it, and then you can put that counter on something when it enters. Lush Portico. Commercial District. Sejiri Shelter, which is a protection spell, but it's also a land. And then top it all off with a Colony Ambush, which is a 3-mana fight spell, but it's instant. Playtest. Draw. Jetmir's Garden. Next turn. Dink Dink Ozolith. Next turn. Forest, red, Heartfire Hero, 1/2. Put a counter on target artifact or creature, which actually turns into 2. Next turn, Command Tower, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bright Palm, counter on Heartfire Hero, swing with Heartfire Hero, and then double power, double counters. So hitting you with the 7/7. Next turn, Plains. And then you go 1 green Dust Shell Crawler. And you Dust Shell Crawler the Bright Palm. Oh, sorry, we would have gotten +1. And then you get a +1 here. And then you move to combat, attack, attack. This will go to 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. This will go nothing will happen there unless you Legion Leadership it and deal 16 damage with Trample. That's pretty good. I kind of want to add a Sand Scout package to your deck, if I'm being honest. Just because Lazotep Quarry exists, and that has synergy with Heartfire Hero, and it has synergy with Goldvein Hydra, just being able to kill those creatures on demand is like really nice. I don't think we need to do all the bouncing bullshit with Arid Archway and stuff, but just having access to a Lazotep Quarry seems very good for this deck. Okay. Instead of Rabbit's Wrath, you can do Winds of Abandon. Oh. Winds of Abandon's already in. Good job. So, I guess we do type desert O T O C ID equals 1. Hash tap Ramanop Shafet. Great. Also, Ouroborid has a little bit of a wombo here, where if you play Ouroborid, you're able to +3/+3 with hash tap Oasis right away to get 4 counters on everything just immediately, which is pretty cool. Oh, also, Devastating Onslaught is really good with Eternal Witness that we added, because you can make multiple copies of Eternal Witness. I'm almost wondering if we want to put Kudo, King Among Bears, in this deck. Just because it makes all of their creatures 2/2s, and then all of your creatures are 2/2s with like 50 +1/+1 counters on them. It's something to think about. It's something to think about. I would not keep this hand. I would keep this one though. Draw. Command Tower. Next turn. Shefet Dunes. 1, 2. Here's the ooze. Next turn. 1, 2. Sand Scout. Lazatep Quarry. Hushwood Verge. This doesn't tap. This does tap for green. Worldly Tutor. Kami of Whispered Hopes or whatever. Sacred Foundry. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Commander. Put a counter on Sand Scout. Attack with Sand Scout. It gets another counter. Create a mutagen. I guess you could have done this first and had 4 counters on the Sand Scout, which is pretty good. Next turn. Okay, there's Arena of Glory, and we do have a mountain. So let's exert Arena of Glory. Here's Kami. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cutsil. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And tap not like a moron. High score. Oh, whoops. I see. High score is kind of mid. I thought high score was the broken card level up. Yeah, let's add Kudo in. I love the concept of Kudo here. Okay. So, last night together, cheats or creatures and tap them, put a cards. Yeah, that's insane. Shalai and Halar. I think Shalai and Halar are too slow. That's just kind of a combo card in my opinion. Okay. This is keepable. Colony Ambush. 1, 2, Ozolith. 1, 2, Fangs of Colonia. Put a counter on. Then double. 1, 2, 3. And then that would actually be 2 more. So we put 8 counters, or 4 counters on this with 1 effect. So we draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then move to combat, swing a 9/9 at you. Next turn, Temple Garden. 1, 2, 3, 4. X is 2. Finale of Devastation. You go grab Dust Shell Crawler. Dust Shell Crawler puts 2 counters here. Now it has Trample. And we can draw 2 cards. And then you can level it up. Whenever this creature attacks, double the number of counters on it. So we'll put 10 counters on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That has Trample. Dink. Great. And then we also draw a card from that. And then we move to discard. 1, 2. Next turn. Like, this is where I'd love to draw a Lazatep Quarry. Bird Heirloom. Plains. 1, 2, 3. Kami of Whispered Hope. Yeah, swing with your a billion Heartfire hero, kill someone, draw 20 cards. That feels pretty good. I'm like really craving a Mother of Runes in this deck. So in Magic the Gathering, spending mana or like having to hold open mana for protection spells is kind of shit. So having protection spell, Starfield Shepherd that can tutor a Hydra or a protection spell. And then you can cut like a forest and a Branchloft Pathway for an extra planes to do that. The extra planes are just for a tutor object for Starfield Shepherd. So that lets us go down things like, in my opinion, Collective Resilience is just fine. And then Inspiring Call's a bit expensive. It's more of a card draw spell, if anything, and you draw cards plenty fine. We don't really have a wide board of counter creatures. We have one giant fucker. So, Giver of Runes, Mother of Runes. These are both protection spells that come down early and then protect Bright Palm later. Although you're not really necessarily mad if Bright Palm gets exploded. It's more like you're big fucking idiot. And then also it gives unblockability. These are kind of like trample enablers, where if you're attacking someone who only has green blockers, you give pro green, the creature gets through. So that works out pretty well. Kami of Whispered Hopes has felt pretty slow so far. Which has me a bit worried, but Scrub decent too. Scrub's fine, yeah. Just like, do you need 3 of this effect? I think they stack kind of poorly. They're okay when you stack them, I guess. But okay. Not upset with where this deck is currently. What is other things you struggle with with this deck? Gives double strike on a creature fast break as well. I do like practice offense. I like the mode where you can give double strike or lifelink. That's kind of cool. Kind of an innate 2-for-1. I might honestly cut the increment Topiary Lecturer here. I just don't like this hand not having acceleration. I see this one does, and that makes it a little bit more enticing, although it is pretty shit acceleration. So long as we don't draw another green land, we're fine. Heirloom. Or we can just draw no lands at all. That also sucks. 38, 39-ish because of Starfield Shepherd. I mean, I don't know if we need Jetmir's Garden, especially with the surveils. I think I'd rather just have second basic forest. Maybe just 1 2-mana ramp spell, and then you run like Malevolent Rumble as a way to dig for land and then also accelerate. That works for me. I like that a little bit more than the other one. Forest. Next turn. Oh, I guess we should have Lush Portico turn 1. And then I would have kept Kudo on top, and then we play Forest this turn, and then we go Kudo. Just playing the tap line on turn 1 is kind of important. Invigorating Hot Springs. 1, 2, 3. And then we put a counter on Kudo, because that's insane. You now have a 3-3, and all of your creatures are 2-2s. You can't attack us, basically. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's Helena and Elena. We'll put 2 counters on... we'll remove a counter here to put a counter here. And then we'll put 3 counters on Kudo. And then we'll swing Kudo at you. It's a 6-6. Next turn. Mountain. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll tap Not Like an Idiot. Bright Palm Soul Awakener. We'll remove a counter from Invigorating Hot Spring to put a counter here. And then we'll move to combat. We'll put 3 counters on Bright Palm. And then you swing, and you back up on a Kudo. And then anyway, so now we go to 1, 2, 3, 10 counters here, 8 counters here. And then your creatures are fucking 2-2s, dog. You are fucked. This turn, dink. 1, 2. Here, let's give this a counter and trample. One, 2, 3, 4. Akroma's Will can be used as protection or aggressively. It depends if you need to kill someone this turn or not. Feels pretty good. Thank you for the Kudo line. That's a pretty funny one. Also, Kudo, like, it's unblockable. It's unblockable. You also have Kudo, Champion of Lambholt. That's a little bit of a wombo. Normally, I do like Kudo, Elishnorn. I think that's a little bit too slow for this deck. But it is something to keep in mind. But here, can be blocked with creatures power 2 or less. Great news. Fucking Kudo makes them power 2 or less. Like, literally, it just adds up perfectly. Yeah, damn. Literally, I think I might just handy this list. It's about good to go. Kudo's the biggest addition, of course, naturally here. Kudo's really, really, really fucking good. It's a sneaky +1/+1 counters cards. Kudo is secretly a counters card. He doesn't read like it. He's not going to come up for FO : +1/+1 counter, but he is a +1/+1 counters card. Yeah. So next time you got a white-green deck, don't send it to the Trinket Mage, send it to this guy. This guy knows his white-green. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Honestly, more changes than expected. Honestly, the original list you handed me was totally fine. There's just different routes you could take. And I think having the sack outlet in the mana base for the Heartfire Heroes, for the Gold Vein Hydras is pretty cool. Having Giver Mother, pretty much non-negotiable for me if we're doing Starfield Shepherd stuff, which this deck wants to do, because it's really nice to get any of these little cheapo guys. And then also Vigilant Trample Haste. Yeah, and then this is like artifact and enchantment removal. Yeah, like this is sick as fuck. I like this. This is great. Yeah, I've really come around on Selesnya in the last year and a half, or like 2 years. I used to like not really like Selesnya all that much. Now I'm just like, I'm a Selesnya fiend. Selesnya is very fun. All right, last up, we have Blah with Krang Mastermind. Game plan is to make a robot army and win through combat. I'm pretty new to MTG. I'm not sure what else to put here. I like TMNT, so I want to keep that theme strong. No budget restrictions since I proxy, but like to eventually use all real cards, so nothing crazy price-wise. $50+ for a single card. Okay, ideal power level is high bracket 2 to low 3. Okay, so like a nice little weak 3. Or like at least a bracket 2 that can punch up, maybe. That works. The deck has a big identity crisis. Sometimes it ramps into big guys. Sometimes it spams cheap artifacts and take advantage of Affinity and Urza. But it's incredibly inconsistent and slow unless I draw the right cards. Broadly, I want to solidify the identity, increase the consistency of the deck while executing the game plan of Krang building an army of deadly robots. I just don't really have enough experience to know how to do that. Okay, great. So we'll duplicate this deck. I do think this Tezzeret sucks. Sorry, it's just so slow. Panther Robot. Affinity for artifacts, retrample. So this is nothing, in my opinion. It is a big monster, but it is a big monster that does very little. Unless we care about mana value of artifacts, then we can kind of talk about this card, but I don't think that's what this deck does. Krang's hilarious. Thoughtmon, it's also TMNT, so we got to keep it. Cyberman Squadron. Yeah, Kappa Cannoneer. Yeah, this is one of your best cards. Cyberdrive Awakener. Another decent card of yours. Darksteel Juggernaut. I can see the appeal, but it doesn't have trample, which is what worries me about these kind of cards. Urza's insane. The Vision. It's not bad. Phyrexia Metamorph, awesome. Padim. It's okay. It's okay. Donatello. It's a little slow. 4 mana is a little slow. So you're new to MTG. I'll just give you a little hint. The first Shimmer Mirror is always worse than the first Urza's Battlethopter. Liberator here grows. It's a flyer. It has flash still. It's $5. It's not that big of an upgrade, but it is an upgrade that you can do. Yeah, other artifact creatures get +1/+1. That's cute. It's not good. It's cute. Iron Lad. A little iron slow for me. Okay, I don't like these cost reducers. So you're going to see Ethereum Sculptor, Foundry Inspector. I don't like these guys. And the simple reason is that although they are double affinity or whatever, I like them so much more in the context of like Mystic Forge or like spamming a bunch of 1-cost artifacts that are now 0 cost. That's where those are key. And Joyra, those are really good. Here, I'm not a big fan. Not really. Sure. Chrome Dome's fine. Okay, I think I'm going to ask you now. Do we want to do big artifacts, which I think we can do anyway? That is pretty funny. So we can either go wide or we can go tall. I'm asking which one you want to have 80% of your deck be, and then the 20% can be the big spells and whatever. Mechanized Production, Thopter, WinCon. No, I'm leaning more towards Sharding Sphinx. If we're going wide. Sharding Sphinx, whenever an artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you make an artifact creature with flying. Insane, right? Especially if you like clone it and then now you make 2 artifact creatures every time you hit. Iron Spider. The Stark upgrade. Okay, and then we can get some more lands in here, I think. I think land number 1 I want to add is like Lorien Revealed. I don't really like Sapphire Medallion in our very colorless deck. That feels like a throw. Thought Vessel's just nothing. I think I would just rather have everything already have flying or some form of evasion. I like big artifact creatures, but since Krang has affinity, it feels like a strat to go wide wipe. It's up to you. Either works. It's up to you. Let's go big then. Sure. Not mind over matter. So if we're going big, I think Darksteel Forges really win more. It's really mid. If you're a blue deck, just run counter spells. If someone plays a Vandal Blast, counter it. We don't need to worry about, like, here's 9 mana artifact, do nothing. Like, that's a little mid. So going big artifacts in mono blue. You could do show and tell shit, which is really funny, but I think that's maybe the wrong route to go about this. Urza is already in. We could just do a simple ramp plan for you, which I think is maybe ideal.
Yeah, let's do a simple ramp plan. So what is big artifact payoffs? I mean, we already have a lot here with Thought Monitor, Cybermen Squadron, and such. Portal to Phyrexia. Sculpting Steel could be fun. Copies an artifact when it enters. Just a Raccoon 7621. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Do you have any idea what deck commander? Do you have any idea what deck can commander, but take advantage of Eater Virtue? I tried a lot of things, and the closest thing is Indo-Rex stacks shit, but it doesn't shine. Eater Virtue is the equipment that takes abilities, right? Yes. I would maybe lean towards so Indoraptor's not a bad way to do it, but I froze there for a second. I don't know why. Is Commander like you could do like Audric? Audric's a little interesting because it basically lets you save creatures that you've used. So like you have a flying lifelink or vigilance creature, and then that creature dies. Eater of Virtue lets you basically bank those keywords to equip to Audric, and then White is very good at using equipment. And then White also has Sand Scout, so you can Sand Scout tutor for Lazatep Quarry, and you can even sack your creatures in order to make Eater of Virtue very good. You could even do like shit like with Double Strike. Double Strike's very powerful. So like a commander that has Double Strike, and then you Eater of Virtue and you get lifelink stuff going on. That's my first thoughts about it. Okay. So big artifact stuff. I like the Uthros. I like the Urza's Saga. Simulacrum Synthesizer. We're steadfast. This is going to be the most expensive card to add to your deck. It's already in. It's already in. What a beautiful day. So Simulacrum Synth enters Scry 2. Mana value 3 or greater enters. You could do like mean Displacer Kit and stuff. That doesn't sound like what you want to do though. So we need more Constructs. It's not bad. Uthros Research Craft is here. Curious. What's a way to put like 50 +1/+1 counters on my Thopters? Graz. Not Grazilax. Maybe Grazilax? Grazilax would be okay. Juggernaut. 8 mana. Other Juggernauts attack each combat of Able. Juggernauts can't be blocked by walls. Other creatures you control are 5 set 3s, Juggernauts addition to other types. If you have a bunch of Thopters, this is a big mana payoff for that. We have Archway of Innovation. That's pretty fun. We could go Ugin's Labyrinth because we have all these things that cost 7 or greater that are colorless spells. I like Adaptive Omni Tool. It grows one creature super huge for the number of artifacts you have and then explodes someone. Maybe like Eternity Elevator. Giraffna. Founder of Latinam. The big fucking idiot, the 10/10, Metalwork Colossus. I'll explain everything in just a moment. Leyline Axe. Pull from tomorrow. Muddle. So let's explain what I just did. Because a lot of things just happened right now. Because I kind of just had an epiphany and we rapid fired them. So Draftna. 1 in a blue, return an artifact to its owner's hand. And you can 3-tap, copy an artifact spell you control. Both these are good modes. You can bounce Krang back to your hand, recast Krang for 2 mana. So this is 4 mana. Like, you can dump your hand again, pick up Krang, recast Krang, dump your hand again, pick up Krang, drop Krang, etc. Metalwork Colossus is a massive idiot that will frequently cost 0 mana. And with that 0 mana guy, you can easily crew up the Eternity Elevator, which taps for a bunch of mana equal to your devotion, or equal to the number of charge counters on it once you hit 20. Pull from Tomorrow is a 2 mana spell that is a mana sink for that large amount of mana. And it's also just high card quality. And Muddle the Mixture can actually tutor for Pull to Tomorrow while also being a counter spell, so that serves double duty. This is a draw spell for 5 because you can get Pull. Or it is a... or it's a counter spell. We also added Leyline Axe because this is a big non-creature that enters and discounts Metalwork Colossus right away, but it's also a late game thing you can equip onto a big fuck and kill someone with it. Ironheart Clever Champion. Improvise. Non-creature spells have improvise. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all. But we do have a lot of creatures. That's my only worry. But anyway, yeah. Let's get another land in here. Just get to 39. Actually, maybe not. It's hard to say. Mishra's Bauble. Okay, great. I'm putting Mishra's Bauble in just because you have Emery. In which case, maybe Soul Guide Lantern's better. It's good to have some graveyard tape, and this is the best way to do it in blue. Okay, great. Let's play test. Draw. Island. Next turn. Castle Doom. Sure. Next turn. Island. Forensic Chair. Next turn. Island. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Thrain Dynamo. Get a clue token. Next turn. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Think enters with 2 counters. Get another clue token. So I guess you do it in this order. And then this enters and you get a card construct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, great. And then we can crack a clue, draw a card. So this turn, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, wait. 3, 4, 5. Arc Reactor enters tapped. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Squad this. Get another clue token. Oh, we have to get another construct, lol. Yeah, here's where I want like counter spells. I think we just need more counter magic and then we're just there. So I think Steel Overseer is a little just too mid. Iron Spider. Let's get Donatello in here. I just don't think the one that you had was correct. Like, I think this one is too slow. I mean, Donatello Gadget Master's fine, especially since we have a lot of Thopters flying around. Yeah, you can make a copy of, like, Sharding Sphinx with that, right? That works. So, yeah, you have Sharding Sphinx in play, a couple Thopters already. You attack with the Thopters and Sharding Sphinx, and then you replace one of the Thopters with Donatello. Donatello enters, makes a copy of Sharding Sphinx on combat damage. And then in future, your Sharding Sphinxes are double. That's fun. That's cool. And in fact, I might add an Access Tunnel to make that more of a reality. Oop, not access denied. Access Tunnel. Rogue's Passage. And then we can do something like a Swan Song to wrap it all up. Just like a nice 1 mana, cheap to deploy object. I think I'm a little doubtful of Greaves. I would rather just have more counter magic. Sensei's Top just kind of feels like it's here. Okay, so we can add 2 more counter magic. So negate. And what's the 2 colorless and a blue improvised counterspell? Metallic Rebuke. Okay, so just making you more of a tempo deck. I would not keep this hand, although Emery's pretty nice, especially with Mindstone. You know what? I will. Island next turn. Access Tunnel. Mindstone next turn. Academy Ruins. 1. Ugh, we just hit like all colorless lands. That's so unlucky. 1, 2. Emery, mill 3 or mill 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Pass next turn. Rogue's Passage. Tap Emery. Cast Soul Guide Lantern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arc Reactor enters tapped. Okay. Man, I'm just not a fan of this. How many colorless lands are we running? Like, actually not even that greedy in terms of mana. It's like maybe Great Mound comes out, which is kind of expensive to activate and stuff. I mean, this is keepable enough. Thirst for Knowledge just seems a little middling. I don't know what I would run instead. Like maybe Stern Lesson. Draw 2, then discard, then make a Power Stone. Okay, this is mega keepable. Draw. Castle Doom. Next turn. Island. Everflow. Next turn. Mr. Land Drop. That's so embarrassing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, this deck is like just not performing well, and I literally don't think it's the deck's fault. Island. One, two, three, four. Thopter Spy Network. 1, 2. Spellskite. Oh, this isn't the stupid fucking... I don't know why I thought this was the arc reactor. It's not the arc reactor. I don't like this card. It's so mid. What if we add 10 ranks now? I'm gonna add the stupid shark. Voracious Great Shark? No. The stupid shark. Chromho Seed Shark. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. And then that makes an artifact token incubator that you can make into an artifact creature. That's huge. Because you're casting like 9 drops and shit. Chamil here. Chamil would be fine. But it's just that, it's fine. It doesn't really feel like it has any other synergy. Dog, I'm literally in so much pain all these playtests. I'm just not seeing anything. Okay, there's a little something, I guess. Mill 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. Then discard 2 cards. Dink. 1, 2. Return up to 2 target artifact cards from your graveyard to your hand. The Vision. Sculpting Steel. So maybe you don't discard the Vision. Maybe you just discard, like... I don't know. Okay, it's obviously the deck's problem. If I'm every single playtest going like, this sucks, everything sucks all the time, then it's probably the deck's fault. I'm just trying to identify what. Okay, Spell Scout doesn't really do much of anything. It's fine protection. Big Mother Master seems a little slow. Cast. Artifact. Token. I mean, April O'Neil fits the Ninja Turtles theme you kind of want. Echo Storm's funny. This is actually like maybe one of the only good Echo Storm decks ever. Cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater. That happens all the time in this deck. Make a Thopter. Sure. Maybe cast a non-creature spell. Make a Clue. I know the Surveillance Scam is a TMNT card, but I think it's just not... You'd want it if you're a combo deck, but this deck isn't a combo deck. And then... Liberator. Alright, let's play test. I would keep this. Negate your spell. Darksteel Citadel 1, 2, 3, 4. April O'Neil. Make a mutagen or 2. Island 1, 2, 3, 4. Drain Dynamo 1, 2, 3, 4. Urza. We're a player who's cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, so we get another mutagen. We'll get a construct now. We'll tap the construct to Uthros, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. It counts itself. Next turn. We're now at 12 counters here. Land for turn. 1, 2, 3. Chrome Host Seed Shark. Blue 1, 2, 3. Float a colorless. Fabricate. You get a mutagen token. You get a incubate for 3. And then we get to tutor up an artifact. It's probably Simulacrum Synthesizer. It's probably Simulacrum Synthesizer. 1, 2, 3. Simulacrum Synthesizer. We make a mutagen. We make an incubator for 3. And then you go
blue 1. Yo, Maltown, thank you for the raid. We're gonna cast Krang Mastermind here and draw. That's an artifact, so you get a trigger. You get to make another mutagen, and then you get to draw 3 cards. If you watch Maltown, you know who I am. I'm not gonna do a whole spiel. Welcome everyone. If you don't know who I am, I do deck reviews. Anyway, Krang Mastermind. We draw 3. Also, that's a big artifact, so we make a construct now, and then we make another mutagen, or we made another mutagen. Okay, and now we can go blue, make a 1 billion mana. Echo Storm on, we can do it on Krang, but let's do Roadkill Rodney first, Padim, and then you Echo Storm on Krang, which makes 2 copies of Krang. So we'll draw 1. Oh, we can copy it and then choose new targets, right? Okay, so we'll do a copy of Krang and a copy of Simulacrum Synthesizer. So we'll scry 2, bottom top, and then we'll draw 3 cards, and then make 2 more constructs. And then we'll play Leyline Axe. And then we'll hold up Counterspell. You counterspell something. And then next turn, turn 7, hello. Urza Saga. Equip Leyline Axe to a Krang or some huge fucking idiot. Any one of your huge idiots. It now has double strike and trample. And ta-da. So that looked pretty good. That felt pretty awesome. Thanks, Urza. Shoutouts, Urza. But I'm pretty confident you can do that without Urza too, just because Uthros is also a mana engine. Yeah. And then Simulacrum Synthesizer is an artifact. You're just going to have it every game. You have Fabricate. You have shit to go grab it. So I think I'm going to just drop this on your head. Urza did the heavy lifting. Urza did a lot. Urza did a lot. To say he did everything, he did the heavy lifting? Okay, Urza maybe did like 30% of that. The other 70 was still the rest of the deck. We don't got to get too crazy, YouTube chat. Urza's insane. We all know this to be true. Can you do that play pattern still without Urza? Yes, you can. We saw Echo Storm do something really cool there, where we copied Simulacrum Synthesizer and copied Krang to draw 3 more cards. Yeah. Our curve is looking a lot nicer. Great. Yeah. Pass that off to you. Awesome time to get rated. That was the last deck review for the day. We got through them rather quick today. All right, so let's talk for a little bit, chat. My coffee. There is 6 Tuesday slots left. If you want one of the deck reviews that we did today, you can go ahead and get one here. You can also, by the way, people who are still here from the Wildhound Raid, if you tune in for my streams, even if it's just playing in the background, you get channel points. 45,000 channel points gets you a free deck review. That is pretty good. Speaking of getting channel points for free deck review, I'm about to give you so many for free. If you're following and you follow this raid as well, you'll get 300 free channel points, which you can then, of course, use to get a free deck review someday. I'm going to send you to... actually, I'm going to send you to Khan. Khan literally just started streaming. So I'll send you over to the Trinket Mage. He's a lot worse at this than I am, but, you know, that's fine. We forgive him. No, I'm joking. I hope you enjoy Khan's stream. He just started. I would spam something like, dude, the streamer isn't even here. Terrible. So that's the raid message. YouTube, of course, that does it for us today. Twitch, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting your future